We pulling?
Hey, I'm Zax, and here's our guide to Rashanan, the 4th boss in Nerebar Palace. This guide is brought to you by Wowhead and their brand new raid cheat sheets, which we'll tell you more about right after the boss. Also, big thank you to our supporters on Patreon. Hope you'll enjoy all the Patreon exclusive content we've got coming out this tier, like mythic raid guides and more. Alright, so Rashanan is this big ugly mosquito. She only has one phase. It's mostly single target with a little bit of AoE pad every once in a while, and you'll want a Bloodlust on pull. The boss actually starts out at 60% health because of some RP in a dungeon, and there's not really a main mechanic in this fight, just a bunch of simpler mechanics that all happen back to back real fast. So here they are. If you get this gray circle around you, run away from the raid and spread out from other circled people because the circle explodes after a couple seconds and leaves webs on the ground. And then run out of the web you spawned to break the tether that the web is pulling you in with. Breaking the tether does some raid-wide damage, and on Heroic, anyone that gets hit by those gray circles gets tethered, so it's even more important for everyone to avoid them. If you get this green line on you, run away from the raid in the direction that the line has this green stuff flowing out of it, because the line spawns these green waves out of it that move in that direction. The waves put a huge dot on anyone they touch, and they turn any webs they touch into acid pools, so getting them to go away from the raid is a big deal. If you get this yellow mark on your head, run toward the front of the boss and group together with the other marked people, because a bunch of little ads spawn on the marked players which need to be AoE down. They cast a little dot on random players, so AoE stuns can be good to prevent those from going out. And on Heroic, the marked players do a little explosion in this green circle around them when the ads spawn, so they have to try to avoid being in each other's circles when they're grouping together in front of the boss. The tanks have a taunt swap mechanic to deal with. When the boss casts Savage Assault, it does big mixed damage to the tank and leaves a huge dot on them that is increased by how much damage the initial cast did. So the tank with the boss has to use a big defensive, and then the other tank has a taunt right after. At full energy, the boss flies away to a random spot in the room, and everyone has to follow her while dodging a bunch of swirlies that leave acid on the ground, and then interrupt her acidic eruption cast to prevent her from going immune and doing a bunch of raid-wide damage, which then gets her to start using her regular abilities again. On Heroic, the boss also has a new ability that spawns this swirly circle on the ground, which everyone has to go help soak, because it does big split damage and then pulls everyone in it toward the edge of the platform. The strength of the pull is reduced for each person in the circle, so everyone needs to be in there or else you go flying off the platform. And that's pretty much it. For our recaps this tier, we're excited to introduce the new Wowhead cheat sheets, a quick and easy way to get all of the key info for every boss in Nerebar Palace, including concise strategies, key assignments, and any pro tips you might need. So check out the cheat sheet link in the description. Thanks again to our supporters on Patreon. We've got a ton of Patreon exclusive content coming this tier, like extended Heroic guides, mythic guides, and a bunch more. So check out that link below. See you next time.